Hello, Internet. Come on in and join the NerdChat. So we missed last week because I was a little busy reading a whole bunch of Invincible because the show was on and I wanted to read more of the comic, and the comic was really good and the show was really good, and I had a lot of fun with that. And yeah, so I got a little distracted. But we are back with part 5 of Astonishing Spider-Man and Wolverine. So picking up, well, not really picking up where we left off. Welcome to the Spider-Man and Wolverine show. Created, produced, directed, cast, scored, edited, choreographed, and catered by Mojo. So we pick up with Mojo complaining that this show isn't sexy enough. And if there's one thing that Mojo knows, it's sexy. His assistant tells Mojo that he wanted less sex and more violence, to which Mojo responds, that was like 5 whole minutes ago. So now they decide that they want more romance, and they're going to use the girl from the bank that they've been beaming the images of into Spider-Man's brain. Mojo then asks why there are strangers in his room breathing his air. These people are here for an interview, which Mojo does, but they still have to hold their breath the whole time. They can't breathe his air. As Mojo, I keep saying Mojo runs away. That's a very different character. Mojo he just runs away with the interview, talking about whatever he wants since no one can really ask anything. He just kind of rambles at his own pace. But then Zar shows up, and Zar is never supposed to come to Mojo, but there's a problem, and he has no idea where Wolverine and Spider-Man are. After last issue, Spider-Man had stolen those diamonds while they were fighting in the cave, and when he got put back together with Logan, he apparently used them to time port out of there, and they haven't been seen since. So, at that, because of that, they could be anywhere in time and space. Who knows where they could be? So it's possible they'll never even see them again. So naturally, at that moment, Spider-Man and Wolverine appear right in front of them. So Logan turns and shouts Mojo, and Peter notes, he's like, oh, this all makes sense now. So while the fight begins, Mojo decides that this is a good time to introduce the love interest. So as Peter gets knocked down in the fight, he falls next to the woman that he has been seeing in his dreams, and he's been trying to figure out who she is this whole time. And then everyone starts doing like the office style interviews, and like Peter talks about how he started in show business because he used to be a wrestler, and Mojo just goes on about how great this show is and how smart he is for making it. And the woman, Sarah, I think is her name, she says that, Spider-Man seems fine, she guesses. She didn't really have to see him underneath the mask. She doesn't really know. But it cuts back out of that. So Spider-Man, now relieved that this woman is real and he knows who she is, and he's not feeling crazy for seeing her all the time anymore, he goes to help her up from the ground. But then time gets frozen by Zar and Big Murder. So they decide they're just going to kill Logan and Peter because they're like, we're not taking more chances with these guys. We're just sick of them. We're just going to kill them and get through this. But then Logan's eyes start to glow and he explodes with fire and time starts again. So Big Murder asks how he did that. And Spidey elbows him in the face saying, well, you can ask him when you wake up. So at this point, Zar uses some diamonds to port in enemies for Logan to fight. And Wolverine just asks, why don't you just fight me like a man? And Zar says that he only sees him as like a gnat. All he really needs is a fly swatter to kill Wolverine with the power that Zar and Big Murder have. They're basically gods. They can do whatever they want to do. They can cause so much destruction that even God should be able to fear who they are. So as Logan easily cuts through like these defenses of like a caveman and a robot, he tells Zar to look at him and asks himself, do I look impressed? So he doesn't look impressed, by the way. Logan says if Zar is half as smart as he claims to be, then he would have come back in time to warn him about what's about to happen. And at that moment, a much, much older Tsar indeed does come back to warn him that he needs to stop messing around and kill Wolverine right now, or the whole world is at risk. And he's missing a hand. So the two Tsars argue while Spider-Man asks what's going on. And Logan says to be ready to move. As he walks off screen, you hear him pop his claws, and he comes back with the time stick and the hand to go along with it. And then him and Peter time port themselves away. So that now at this point, another Tsar comes from the future, but not as far as the future as the first one that came back to warn the current guy that you're about to lose your hand. Oh, I'm a little late. So now in a very different place and time, using the time stick, our heroes have found their way to the source of all these diamonds. Peter asks where they are, and Logan tells him that it is a planet that won't survive long enough to get a name. It has an unstable core. And then Logan's eyes start to glow with fire again. And he further explains that this planet will explode in 2 cycles, leading to the asteroid that they saw when they were trapped in the past. Peter asks if he's been reading up on Wikipedia or what, but he decides, whatever, we got different things to worry about. These diamonds. Peter's like, obviously these things are dangerous. We need to be very careful with them. Whatever we do, if we're going to pick any of them, pick them softly. And as he turns around, Logan is putting them on his claws. So Logan tells him to load up because they're going back. And Peter says, well, he has always wanted to bedazzle something. Now at this point, back in I guess present day, the 3 Tsars are all fighting with each other, and the present one kills the oldest one, saying that he ever gets that soft, he hopes that somebody kills him. And then the 2 remaining Tsars fist bump, like, yeah, for real. Now our heroes return, and Spidey takes on the older Tsar, while Wolverine throws the present one the time stick back, saying that he's ready for a real fight. So as this fight continues, as it goes on over time, Wolverine's cutting through the time sticks, Peter's fighting the other guy, but Logan starts to burn up with fire. He starts to basically become ablaze. His eyes glow again, and the Tsar that Peter was fighting turns into a baby, which he realizes whatever's happening now probably isn't good. And as he looks over at Logan, he realizes he may have just crapped his diamond-encrusted underpants because he's looking at a dark Phoenix Wolverine. Stay tuned next time, true believers. So that is where this one cuts off. We have 1 issue left of this. God, I worked through that faster than I anticipated. I guess it was mostly fight scenes. I feel like it took a long time to write. But there's 1 issue left, and then we'll wrap up the story for good. So see what happens with a time-traveling duo of Spider-Man and Dark Phoenix Wolverine, and the side plot with the girl, and you can also see Peter be the first person to invent the bacon cheeseburger, pretty 100 years early than he was supposed to. So I keep saying, I'm sorry. I didn't think I was going to get through this fast, this fast. So, I did it again. Anyway, moving on from that, check out my Twitch as well. We'll be back next week with, I believe I'll be doing another video of a Golden Age thing next week. The week after that, I will try to finish this up. And after that, Rick and I think will be releasing a series for a while on Batman Odyssey, where Rick is going to cover the first 6 issues, and then I will cover the other 6 issues, or at least the 6 after that. So we're gonna be on these together again, like we used to do these. If anyone's been here from those times. And Rick will also be starting to stream on Twitch as well. He's going to do a playthrough of XCOM 2, where he is going to basically be in command of all of us, our group of friends, because he has designed us all in game with the personalities and loadouts that you would expect us to have, and he's going to be in control of all of us. Also, obviously, there's my own Twitch stuff where I stream 4 days a week. So you can check me out there. There will be links to all these things in the description below, so please check those things out. I will link Rick's channel, however, it's not up yet, so I don't know if there'll be anything there for you. I know that the channel's up, I just don't know when he's going to be starting the stream. And then this, I think Friday, I'll be streaming Mass Effect, the collection, since that's going to be coming out, so check out that, and I'll be probably still doing my Pokemon stream on Sunday. So that's all the things I got going on, so check out all those things, and also there is a link to a Discord below, so you can go ahead and join that, and the more people who join, the more things I'll be able to do with all of it. So thank you all for hanging out. I have rambled enough for this outro, so I will catch you all later, and goodbye.